Hello students, this is Palla Darbari, your host, and you are watching Palla Darbari classes. In this video we will discuss Chapter 3 Microeconomics Class 11th Production Function. This is the second volume of the chapter Production Function. If you have not seen the previous video, please go through the previous video. Let us see the topic that we will discuss in this video. In this video we will discuss cost concept, types of cost, and total cost concept. Let us see the cost of production. Cost of production refers to the expenditure incurred by the organization on various factors of production. We know that in the organization we are having four factors of production, that is land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, and the payment made on these factors of production is called cost of production. In other words, we can say cost of production can be understood as the payment made in exchange of the services or contribution of the factors and non-factors to the production process. Let us see the type of cost. There are 6 types of cost. The first one is money cost. Money cost means the cost incurred in terms of money. For example, wages paid to the labor, amount paid to the supplier so that the raw material can be purchased. That is called money cost. It means any expenditure which is being incurred in terms of money to carry out the production activities is called money cost. The next is called the real cost. The real cost means the hardship, pain, exertion which the entrepreneur or the owner of the organization take so that he can carry out the production process is called real cost. So what is real cost? Real cost means the tension, the exertion which the entrepreneur or the person associated with the organization take to carry out the production activities is called real cost. So real cost cannot be in terms of money, but it is the tension, it is the exertion to carry out the production process. Then comes the private cost. It means the cost incurred by the manufacturing sector privately to carry out the production for their organization is called private cost. For example, the factory purchase machinery so that they can carry out the production process of their own is called the private cost. The factory is not purchasing the machinery for the entire factory manufacturing the same type of the product. They have purchased the machinery so that specific factory or they can manufacture the product according to the requirements of their consumers. Let us discuss the next type, that is a social cost. It means the hardship which the society has to bear because of the production is called social cost. Example, pollution. This is the outcome of the production process and every society has to bear the pollution. So the social cost means the hardship which the society has to bear because of production. Then comes the explicit cost. It means payment made to the outsiders to carry out the production process is called explicit cost. For example, payment made to the labor is the outsider. Payment made to the supplier is the outsider. So any payment which is being made to the outsider to carry out the production process is called explicit cost. The last one is implicit cost. It means the very cost of the entrepreneur is called the implicit cost. For example, when the owner of the organization give his service to the organization so that the organization activities can be carried out according to his whim, it is called implicit cost. It means that the very cost of the entrepreneur is called the implicit cost. Let us see the cost function. Cost function depicts the relationship between cost of production and the output. Whenever we are using the word function means the relationship. Here, cost function means the relationship between cost and output, or technically we can say the relationship between cost of production and the output is called cost function. It can be represented as C equal to F QX. C means cost of production, F means functional relationship, and QX means for output. Let us us see cost on different time horizons. According to different time horizons, the cost of production can be categorized into following two categories. The first one is short run cost. The cost incurred to carry out the production in a shorter period is called the short run cost, and the cost incurred to carry out the production for the longer period is called long run cost. Let us discuss the short run cost first. Those costs which are incurred in short run for producing output are called short run cost. In short run, some factors are fixed and some factors are variable. The production in the short run totally depends upon the variable factors. The production can increase or the production can decrease only by making changes in the variable cost. The short run cost can be represented as TC, or short run total cost, equal to total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Let us see the types of cost in short run. There are mainly three types of cost that are incurred by a firm in the shorter run. The first one is total cost, second is average cost, and the last one is marginal cost. In this video, we will discuss only about the total cost. Let us see what is total cost. Firstly, see the meaning. It refers to the total cost of production that is incurred by a firm in the short run to carry out the production of goods and services. In a very simple word, we can say that it is the sum total of the fixed and the variable cost which is incurred in the shorter period to carry out the production process is called short run cost. So it can be represented as TC is equal to TFC plus TVC. It is the summation of total fixed cost plus total variable cost. It means total money spent on fixed and variable to carry out the production in the shorter period is called total cost, total short run cost. Here we can see there are two types of cost, total fixed cost plus total variable cost. So total cost is the summation of total fixed cost and total variable cost. Let us discuss the type of the total cost. We have seen there are two types of total cost. One is total fixed cost and the other one is total variable cost. Let us see the presentation. We know that there are two ways of presenting things. One is the graphical presentation and the other one is the tabular presentation. Firstly, let us see the tabular presentation of the total cost. Here we can say output. We know that total cost is the summation of total fixed cost and variable cost. Output is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total fixed cost is constant irrespective of the level of output. Fine. So total cost is 5, 5, 5. When we are not producing anything, even then the total fixed cost is 5. Total variable cost totally depends upon the output. When we are not producing anything, the total variable cost is 0. And when we start producing, the variable cost start increasing. It start from 10 and then it start increasing. The total variable cost totally depends upon the output. When the output increases, the total variable cost also increases. Total cost is the summation. When the output is 0, total cost is 5. Why? Because when the output is 0, definitely the fixed cost is there. So the total cost is fixed plus variable. Total fixed cost is 5. Variable cost is 0. So total cost becomes 5. So when the output is 0, total cost means total fixed cost. And when the output is 1, total cost is 5 plus 10, that is 15. When the output is 2, total cost is 5 plus 18, that is 23. Why? Because total cost is total fixed plus total variable cost. In this way we can see that when the output is 4, when the output is 5, when the output is 3, total cost is TVC plus TFC. It will become 29, 41 and 55 respectively. Let us see the graphical presentation. This line represents total fixed cost. Total fixed cost is always parallel to output and it is always constant. Why? Because total fixed cost remains fixed. Irrespective of the level of output, total fixed cost is constant. In the schedule we have seen total fixed cost is 5 and it is always constant, 5, 5, 5, 5. Irrespective of the output, total cost is same. So total fixed cost is always parallel to x-axis, that is output. Total variable cost start from the origin 0, because we have seen that when the output is 0, total variable cost is also 0, and the total variable cost increase with the level of output. Total cost always start from the y-axis, or in other words we can say that total cost always start the point from where the total fixed cost starts, because when the output is 0, total fixed cost and total cost is always equal. So when the output is 0, total fixed cost and the total cost is always equal. So total fixed cost start from y-axis, from where total fixed cost is starting. And remember one thing, the gap between total cost and the total variable cost is always constant. Why? Because this gap is only on account of total fixed cost, and total fixed cost is constant. So the gap between the total cost and total variable cost is always constant. Let us discuss the shape of the total cost. Total cost has inverse S shape. The question is why? The reason is law of variable proportion. We know that in the shorter run, the total product increase at an increasing rate. Since the total product is increasing at an increasing rate, it means that initially the total cost increase at a diminishing rate. Later on, or we can say after the point K, total product start increasing at a diminishing rate and finally start falling down. So after the point K, the total cost start increasing at an increasing rate. Because of this, the total cost has inverse S shape. Let us discuss the same thing here. Let us see the reason why the total cost has inverse S shape. The reason is the law of variable proportion. At the initial stage of the production, the total product increase at an increasing rate, because of which total cost increase at a diminishing rate, we have seen. Later on, total product start increasing at a diminishing rate, because of which total cost increase at a increasing rate, and all this gives total cost inverse S shape. Now let us discuss total fixed cost. Total fixed cost refers to the costs which are incurred by a firm in order to acquire the services of fixed factors of production. In short run, fixed factors cannot be varied, and accordingly the fixed cost remains same throughout the level of output. Example, cost of machinery, building, etc. It can be represented as TFC equal to TC minus TVC. Let us see the presentation. We know that there are two ways of presenting the things. One is the tabular presentation and the other one is the graphical presentation. Total fixed cost is same throughout the level of output. We can see when the output is 0, the total fixed cost is 5. When the output is 1, even then the total fixed cost is 5. So we know that the total fixed cost is constant irrespective of level of output. Here we can say total fixed cost is parallel to x-axis. Why? Because in the table we can say the total fixed cost is constant irrespective of level of output, because of which TFC is always parallel to x-axis. Let us see the shape of the total fixed cost curve. Total fixed cost is a horizontal curve parallel to x-axis. Analyzing the total fixed cost schedule and the figures, we can say that total fixed cost remains constant irrespective of the output level. Therefore, in short run, total fixed cost is horizontal curve parallel to x-axis. It is clear right now. Let us discuss the total variable cost. It refers to those costs which are incurred by a firm on various variable inputs for production. The variable costs are positive function of output, that is, as the output increase, the variable cost also increase and vice versa. The other name of the total variable cost is prime cost or direct cost. Example, wage of labor, fuel expenses, raw material, etc. It can be represented as TVC equal to total cost minus total fixed cost. Let us see the presentation. We know that as the output increase, total variable cost also increase. When the output is 0, total variable cost is also 0. And when the output start increasing, the total cost also start increasing. We can see that total cost start from the origin 0. The shape of the total variable cost is inverse S shape, and it start from the origin 0. Let us see the reason. We know that the total variable cost varies as output varies. We have seen at 0 level of output, total variable cost is also 0 as the firm is not producing anything. With the initial rise in output level, total variable cost rises at decreasing rate. It means that initially the total cost increases at a decreasing rate, whereas in the later stage the output increases, the total variable cost rises at increasing rate. The reason for the inverse S shape of total variable cost can be attributed to the law of variable proportion. It means that we can see the reason of the total variable cost is law of variable proportion. The reason is the same as we have seen in the case of the total cost. Since initially the total product is increasing at a increasing rate, so total variable cost is increasing at a diminishing rate. As I told you, in the shorter run the production totally depends upon total variable cost. So in the shorter run, total product is increasing at a increasing, so total variable cost is increasing at a diminishing rate. Later on total product increase at a diminishing, so total variable cost increase at a increasing rate. In a very simple word, we can say that initially total cost increase at a diminishing rate, then it start increasing at an increasing rate, because of which the total variable cost take the inverse S shape. We can see over here, initially the total product is increased, total variable cost is increasing at an increasing rate. Reason, total product is increasing at a increasing rate. Since the total product is increasing at a increasing, so total variable is increasing at a diminishing. Later on total product increase at a diminishing, so it total variable increase at a increasing rate. Fine, that is the main reason total variable cost has inverse S shape. The rate changes from the point Z. Let us see the difference between total variable cost and total fixed cost. Definition: these costs are incurred on the variable inputs and incurred expenses such as expenses on raw material, wages, etc. These costs are incurred on inputs and includes expenses such as cost of machinery, cost of building, etc. The second point of difference is changes in the output level. Total variable cost changes with the change in the output level, whereas total fixed cost remains constant irrespective of level of output. Graphical presentation: TVC has inverse S shape, total fixed cost is parallel to x-axis. Next point of difference is avoidable. Total variable cost can be avoidable, whereas total fixed cost cannot be avoidable. Next is rigidity. Total variable cost is flexible, whereas total fixed cost is fixed. It cannot be changed in the shorter run. That's all I have in this video. Thanks for watching. God bless you all. Dear viewers, if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever I upload the new video, you get the notification.